In my last video on projecting, which I will link in the description, I quoted philosopher Ken Wilber on projection. Instead of being angry at someone, we will feel the world is angry at us. Instead of temporarily hating a person, we will sense that the person hates us. Instead of rejecting a situation, we will feel rejected. Becoming unaware of our little bit of negative tendencies, we project them onto the environment and thus populate our world with imaginary but quite frightening boogeymen, devils, and ghosts. We are frightened by our own shadows. That video was brief, and after interacting with some of you who are DEs, I realized I left quite a bit out of that video, and I think it needs to be covered regarding projection. So as a quick overview of what I discussed last time, I gave the example of why, as an ISTP with Savior TI, my demon is FE, and how practically my greatest fear of the tribe's emotions and vibe begins with me. Because I have TI, I leave an inner void of FI values, and therefore that projects itself into the outer world, where I end up fearing my own void in others and being scared of the tribe's emotions towards me. The truth is, I'm scared of respecting emotions in any sense. And so because I unconsciously am leaving that inner void, my TI concentration results in an extroverted polarity of fear around how the tribe feels about me. So the work for me and anyone else of my type to help with this is really digging into the FI, creating an inner balance, ceasing the projection, and then being able to approach the outer world with more confidence and resolve. However, as I have contemplated projection, it's actually pretty complex, especially when you look at how the DEs are projecting. And so I want to spend a video that really just focuses on that. How do DEs project and what does that look like? So just to clarify, a DE personality has the human need of tribe or others. They're obligated to prioritize what works for everyone else or how everyone else feels to the detriment of themselves. So you have the FE, which is tribe plus values, and the TE, which is tribe plus reasons. Regardless of which, the void left for the DE is in the inner world. For the DE, focusing on others is relaxing, while focusing on self tends to take a lot more effort. Projection refers to what we don't own in ourselves that gets projected onto others. So how does this work for the DEs? Another quote by Wilbers is helpful. Shadow can contain not only our bad, aggressive, perverse, wicked, evil, and demonic aspects that we have tried to disown, but also some good, energetic, godlike, angelic, and noble aspects that we have forgotten belong to us. Although we attempt to disown and alienate these aspects, they nevertheless remain our own, and the gesture is ultimately as futile as trying to deny our elbows. And just because these facets do remain our own, they continue to operate, and we therefore continue to perceive them. But since we believe that they are not ours, we see them as belonging to other people. We have therefore read our own qualities into other people to such an extent that we have lost track of them and ourselves. So for the DE, the projection onto the tribe is actually positivity and positive qualities. While the DI projects negative qualities to the tribe, the DE is projecting its own beautiful inner world to those around it. The DE dissociates with many of its inner strengths and qualities and sees them in the tribe, and thus a void is left in the inner world that creates internal fear when facing self. So the FE has projected all its inner beauty, inner positivity onto others around it, left with only an inner world of seemingly cold and callous inner logic. Thus, the responsibility for the feelings of others leaves the individual, the FE individual, unaware of all they possess internally. While the FE's internal fear is often not being smart enough or not being able to really contribute something that works well enough to the world, the inner void creating the demon of TI for the FE is actually FI. Notice, it's the same void for me as a Savior TI. Because projection by definition begins with the inner world and extends outward, the projection of the TI-FE axis seems to be FI, no matter where the functions are on the stack. So in a way, the work for Savior FE in calming the projections is also figuring out what they value. The FE, after all, has great awareness of what everyone else values, but to calm the inner voice of blocky and selfish reasons, the FE should decide what it values. What is it feeling? By taking responsibility for the silenced inner emotional voice, the projection of the FE can be reduced. Of course, the fear will be, but I'm responsible for their feelings. However, any of you FEs out there need to realize that on your worst days, you're kinder to the world than any other type. So give yourself space to feel your feelings, rage, sadness, whatever's inside you, and comfort that part of you. This will, of course, feel just as wrong to the FE as it does to me as a TI, but the result of pressing on the internal values means that the F will no longer be projected. The feelings will no longer be projected onto others, leaving that inner fear of TI. So in a way, the FI is a bridge for the FE to enter the inner world using some of their incredible vibe awareness. The TE, likewise, has projected all of its inner ability to solve problems extrovertedly and is left with a scary, volatile world of personal values, an inner volatile world of personal values. It sees the tribe as too capable and the ultimate solution to solving all problems. Because it projects this T-ness outwards, its resulting inner demon and fear is its own values. For the TE, it feels scary and wrong to be authentic. After all, the TE is responsible for what works on the outside, and working well with others can be quickly thwarted by inner volatility. The TE is deeply afraid of really entering and facing the inner world of volatile feelings for the fear of being completely overtaken by its inner ocean of often unprocessed emotions. However, the projection and inner void is actually TI. For the TE-FI axis, the TE can work to calm a lot of its inner world by realizing that they actually can work on things and can figure things out alone. And while the tribe is a great resource, inner peace will come from this realization of the TI. Using its great ability to contemplate reasons and extroverted problems, the TE can take this inward and stop its T projection to the outer world. After all, the TE is excellent at working with others. So why not look inward and ask yourself the same questions you keep asking the tribe and see what comes of it? Once this happens, the TE can gain confidence in the inner world because the positive qualities of solving problems are no longer being projected outward and are found internally. This is the stepping stone to a TE owning their FI. So my advice is this: if you have FE, spend some time contemplating how considering your own values might help cease the projection of all your valuable personal emotions to others around you. If you have TE, think about how internalizing your T might help in your inner world. You DEs are beautiful humans. Please, if you're DE, spend time today considering how much you have to offer the world. You're enough, you're capable, and you help us selfish DIs. You give hope to us selfish DIs. So take the T or the F you're projecting onto the world, bring it back to yourself, care for it, nurture it, and see how it helps your demon. I hope this video was helpful. I'll see you all soon.